Hey, how's it going? My name is Terry, and this is going to be a YouTube channel that kind of has some competitive Pokemon, mostly from Pokemon Showdown. It'll just kind of be whatever I feel like playing at the time and whatever my thoughts are, and I'll commentate while I play. I know it's pretty popular on YouTube among a lot of Pokemon YouTubers, but I thought I'd give it a shot because I do enjoy playing Pokemon Showdown and basically, just share some of my thoughts. So today we're going to play the National Dex tier, which I know for some people they don't care for, but I do know it's also kind of one of those tiers that it's a little different because you still got Megas, you still got Z moves. Um, Dynamaxing was legal until it was banned in overused of the Sword and Shield uh, metagame. So, anyways, yeah, this team is primarily based around Dracovish, and the rest of the team kind of supports Dracovish. Dracovish hits like an absolute truck. There was a reason it was banned to Ubers from the regular overuse tier, and Magnezone's there to help it out against like Ferrothorn. It's got that hidden power fire. Venusaur's in there so it can switch into maybe a possible Seismitoad, and it's pretty bulky, so it could even tank from like a Mantine or other water absorbed mons. Cradilly comes to mind as another mon that has Storm Drain or Gastrodon. Venusaur's just kind of in there because it doesn't mind being burned because it's mostly a special attacker. It's got decent recovery with Leech Seed and Giga Drain. It's got decent bulk and decent attack, so it can kind of take them on. And McGearn is there because it itself is pretty busted right now in the overused tier, and I wanted to give it a shot on this. And Clefable passes wishes, and yeah, then you got Excadrill as our rocker and spinner. So I tested this team out on this account. We're on the very, very low ladder, but let's give it a go. I mean, we can see how we do. So you look at this team, and right away, Metacham is a threat. It can click high jump kick and pretty much almost two-hit KO our entire team. With proper predictions, you could switch around with Venusaur and Excadrill, but we're going to want to try to figure out what we can do about that right away. Getting an Iron Defense up with Magearna and going for a Draining Kiss to try to take advantage of its low special defense, excuse me, is probably key here. I think to start, I would guess they'd lead Landorus or Corviknight. I honestly just want to go Dracovish because Corviknight, I don't think can take a Banded Vicious Wren too well. Yeah, so they like Corviknight. And nothing's really gonna love switching on this. And Corviknight really shouldn't be able to knock me out in one hit. So let's give it a go. Yep, one down. Now Dragapult here, I would imagine is going to try to revenge kill me or go for U-turn for some momentum. Either way, my thoughts are go into Excadrill because we got a little bit of bulk on it, and I don't think it would go for like Fire Blast or Flamethrower here. I really don't. Dragon Darts. Yep. So we take that pretty well, and we get leftovers to kind of passively get our recovery back up. I'm going to say we go for Stealth Rock because we kind of want to force them to make switches, and any little bit of chip damage we can get on that Metacham is really going to be nice. Yeah, they go out into Landorus. Pretty easy prediction. Now here, they could go for a Defog. I don't think they're Z move. They could be. I mean, Landorus was a very solid Z move user with Supersonic Sky Strike, and even honestly, the Z bug move on U-turn just to take on bulkier mons like Tangrowth and try to pick them off. I'm still thinking we just go into Dracovish. I don't think it's a very speedy mon. Goes for Earthquake, gets a crit, but didn't kill us. I'm thinking it might be Scarf. In which case, I'm going into Venusaur. Yeah, we don't need to take that as well as I'm hoping. But if we Mega and go for a Giga Drain, we should get some decent health back. Yep, we barely live. Go for a Giga Drain. And Venusaur's role is was kind of just to set up Leech Seed on like Corviknight, so to pressure it to go for Roost and stuff. I think here we sack it. Now the question is, how do we kill this Landorus? We don't have much of an answer. McGearin is physically defensive, but it doesn't have a lot of special attack to take it on. I think honestly our best bet is to hope that it's like not max speed, because we can see its leftovers now, and go for a Vicious Rend. And it was max speed. Bummer, man. So the trick to getting around this and Metacham is probably going to be going for Iron Defense with Magearna. I think right here we need to do that, because I don't think right off the bat, unless it's Reckless, it's probably not going to be able to kill us. It might try to set up, and if it's setting up, we go for Iron Defense and set it up right back in its face. Yeah, so it's Unburden. I doubt it has Earthquake. I really doubt it has Earthquake. And it does. But we get an Iron Defense off, which is actually like really good. We don't really need a lot of Calm Minds, because if we can get this thing to faint, we will get a special attack raise, and we don't really need a special defense boost, unless it's like a weird special Minior, but I don't even think Minior would be able to knock us out. So I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss and just get some health back. Yeah, and that doesn't do a lot the second time. And we get a decent amount of health back. It goes for Earthquake. As long as it doesn't get a crit, I think we get off another Iron Defense here. Take on that Landorus better. Take on Metacham for sure better. Yeah, they try to go to Dragapult. Now, it looks to me like a Bandit set. I predict the only move they have to hit me is probably Phantom Force, unless they got a random Fire Blast, but I don't think it would kill me. So Shadow Ball. So it's a mixed set, different kind of mixed set, but we take that okay. And Draining Kiss, we get a lot of health back. I think the best move is just to go for Draining Kiss again. Hope they don't crit. Get a decent amount of health back. And given that our defense is like over 1,000 now, I really think we should take some of these hits nicely from some of these Mons. Minior is one I don't think it can knock us out. I actually think that this is the one Mon I was really hoping they would go to, so we can just eat up and get some more health back. Oh, a crit. That is... Oh, that's big. So they're going to go for Earthquake here. Kind of a no-brainer. We're just going to go for Draining Kiss, get what health back we can. And yeah, we sponge that up pretty well. Yeah, so Magearna, once you can get an Iron Defense off, and really in this case too, it becomes pretty tough to revenge kill. Metacham, I don't think that can stop us. Now we're a +2 special attack. This Draining Kiss is going to hurt, man. Thunder Punch, maybe going for Paralysis Hacks, but nothing they can do there, as we just keep Draining Kiss up. Landorus, and now we're at 2.5 special attack. Stored power might do more, but I'm big on getting my health back right now, because never know with a crit, and Landorus is, I mean, got that 145 attack. Yeah, and I mean, 25% isn't a ton, but I mean, given that we're like over 1,000 defense, it's definitely nothing to scoff at either. And I don't think Hitmonlee can really do much to us at this point. Yeah. So, good game. And we're going to go on to the next battle. So yeah, not a bad first battle. I was kind of scared about how we were going to deal with that Landorus at first. Oh boy. Quagsire, Blissey, looks like Stall, Magearna and Vileplume, more Stall. My opinion is, if we can somehow set up decently with our Magearna, we can even take on the Quagsire, because Store Power will get its base power raised, not and it when we get more boost, so that can kind of ignore Quagsire's unaware and kind of help us take Blissey. I think we could almost take it one-on-one a little bit. It's funny, I was actually thinking about, like, if Magearna had Body Press, kind of sets you could be running with that. But, so yeah, maybe they go off with Blissey or Nidoking's got to be their rocker. So, I'm saying Drake... Oh, well, we get a forfeit. And that happens on the low ladder sometimes. People get impatient, or maybe they just see a bad matchup that they're not sure about. But my plan was to lead off with Dracovish and click Vicious Rends, because not too much want to switch into that. Even Vileplume as a resist was not going to take that well. So, okay, well, on to the next. And yeah, this kind of just shows, you know, even there, I really wish we could have shown off. Dracovish has just got some raw power, man. And like I said, in the overused tier, holy moly, you could really just build anything you wanted around it. You'd ladder up pretty quick, just brainlessly clicking Vicious Rend. Now here we have a very interesting team. I'm not sure what to make of it. It looks like this guy wanted to use some lower ladder mons, which nothing wrong with that. So I'm thinking to go off with Steelix or Whimsicott or Empoleon. In which case, because if they go off with Steelix, I think I'm going to lead off with Dracovish because Magnezon's a safe switch in. And so they go off with Whimsicott. Not a great matchup. Venusaur just kind of walls this thing. Yeah, Grass Whistle, I don't even think that puts other grass types to sleep. Right away, we're going to Mega Evolve. Pop off a Leech Seed. This thing ain't going to stay in. Well, they try... Oh, I guess Grass Whistle doesn't work. It does work on grass types. I always just kind of assumed it was like Sleep Powder, and they stayed in. So, there's something you don't see every day. So, turns out we're slower in Trick Room. That kind of bummer for them. I'm not sure if this is Trick Room. The only Pokemon that benefits is Steelix, maybe Weakness Policy and Polion. I'm not sure this guy really is all that great. We're just going to stay in and fire off another Sludge Bomb. Like I said, I have a pretty decent answer to Steelix. I'm not going to bother predicting. Just in case they were to go Virizion. Yeah, and Steelix comes out. Now, if this is Trick Room, a pure attacker, it might go for a Fire Fang. But, I mean, I have Thick Fat, so it's... Oh, okay. So it's one of these. Let's get a Leech Seed off on this thing so we can start getting passive recovery on it. And luckily, Giga Drain should still keep doing the same amount. I think here we can probably just switch into Dracovish. They should not go for Body Press. Yeah, even with +4 or +6, I'm thinking that a Vicious Rend still does a decent amount to pressure them, and I'm going to go for it. Which, like, I don't think throwing this thing away is great, but I don't really have much else to use for it. Maybe Empoleon. Yeah, Body Press, easy, one-hit KO, but we just go right back into Venusaur and just click Giga Drain. They want to switch into Swellow, fine, but we have an answer for that in our Excadrill, and I don't really know what Swellow could go for that would... I'm not sure, unless it's Specs, but even then we're specially defensive. Yeah, I think Drill's the answer in this case. Oh, Heat Wave. Oh, Heat Wave on a Gut set. I think this guy's still learning a little bit, because Guts doubles your physical attack, not your special attack. Unless they change something this generation that I don't know about, but as you can see, this guy's doing absolutely nothing to us. So we're just going to try to get a Brox so we can pressure him on switches. He goes to Empoleon. This would be a great time to bring out Magnezone, trap this thing, and throw a Thunderbolt off at it. It's physical, it looks like, but we're pretty speedy, and I doubt this thing is that fast. So we're going to go right for that Thunderbolt. Can't switch out. Unless it's got like a Shed Shell, but I mean, nothing's gonna appreciate a Specs Bolt anyway, and I don't think Shed Shell and Polion is exactly the tech right now in any meta, or has been ever. Maybe when Dugtrio was around, but even then you would try to just Eevee it so that way it could take an Earthquake from Dugtrio. And we're gonna go for a Thunderbolt here. Heat Wave shouldn't knock us out. I think this guy's sets mixed up a little bit, because he's got the right moves that I'd be running, but you'd want to run Specs, not Flame Orb, which is a bit confusing. I don't want this thing to set up, so I'm going right out into Venusaur. It's a physical set, so like it could, if it went for like Sword Stance and then like Aerial Ace, yeah. See, like if I were to have let it go for Sword Stance and get 2 Aerial Aces off, it could have possibly 2-hit KO Venusaur, even though we're pretty bulky. Doesn't seem they're running Aerial Ace, but holy moly, close combat does a chunk. Luckily, we got Sludge Bomb. Now, Alolan Raichu's probably just going to go for Psychic right here. Even if it doesn't, I'm not giving it the opportunity to set up. We're going to go for a Leech Seed. So they were projecting the Drill switch, or a Zone switch. Now, it sucks. But I'm thinking we just go for Leech Seed again. Are they Specs? No, they're Leftovers. Okay. I say we just let Venusaur die here. We're trying to get as much help. Well, okay, there they go for the Psy Shock. So now we are faced, I think Clefable should be able to do a decent chunk with Moonblast. We're gonna throw one off. Psyshock is going to hurt a lot because it bases it off our physical defense, which you can see here is quite low. Ooh, a nasty plot. So, okay, we got to think here. So they're going to go for Psyshock here. Magirna or Excadrill could take that really well. I'm going to throw off Protect so we can get another turn of Leech Seed off. Yeah, so they went for Psyshock. They might go for Focus Blast Predicting, but it's inaccurate. We got to go Drill, because we can save our Protects and make more sacks. Yeah, so here they're going to probably go for Focus Blast. Now, this guy's been playing pretty obvious, but he's also made some interesting moves. I'm going to go for Earthquake. Oh, this sucks. Well, let's just go back out into Clefable. I think we got to just pray that we can tank a Psyshock. Because if we can take one, hit it with a Moonblast, Magirna should honestly be able to revenge with Draining Kiss. It's still pretty bulky, even when it's not invested too much in special defense. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, oh, and they went for Nasty Plot. Predicting the Protect. And yeah, Alolan Raichu is pretty frail. Pumped up in speed a little bit more than regular Raichu. But okay, that worked out pretty well. And yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys know, Pokemon's just a game of guessing. It's a lot like, you almost think of it as more like, it's almost like poker. You got to try to figure out what the other guy's going to do and then make some tough calls. You can see what kind of plays they make, see if you can condition them into making the right plays that you'd like to see them make. But, you know, every opponent's different. And if you watch anyone on YouTube, you know some of them are wild. This looks like lead Greninja or lead Sham. Either way, so if they lead Greninja, I lead Venusaur. Oh, well, you too. What a nice lad. They go Cham. Yeah. Thinking we gotta go Soar either way. Okay, so so it's probably Mega Manectric. Are they running either running double Megas and gonna decide which one they want, or they got Choice Band Metacham, which in its own right, or Choice Scarf even. Either way, those are both that's both nasty and hard hitting. I think right here we go for a Leech Seed. See what they can try. Okay, Z Rain Dance. So it's not going to do much against Venusaur because, yeah, you're faster, but Thunder's going to just like, we're going to eat that. So I'm going for Giga Drain. Yeah, and between Thick Fat and the Rain Up, Burn sucks, but we should be okay with Leech Seed and Giga Drain. Yeah, I mean Snarl. That's some. Is this guy a VGC player possibly? Because he definitely has a team where he kind of knows what he's doing. But like Snarl on Manectric with like a Z-Rain Dance, it just seems kind of like some VGC doubles tech. Here he's going to go for Zen Headbutt, and there is not a lot I can do about that. I could try to predict, but like into what? We don't have, this team doesn't have great Mega Metacham answers. And maybe next time we play, that's something we'll have to work on. So, pray he miss. Oh, he fake out. Okay, so I don't know why he didn't Mega there. Couldn't have any more Megas, so we're just going to try to Drain again. Maybe he was predicting a physical Clefable switch. I'm still going to just keep clicking Giga Drain. Oh, okay. So, he doesn't look to be Mega. I don't know why you would just stay in regular form. It seems a little, that's just an odd play to me. We're going to go Magirna, because that can, if it's not Mega, that's actually phenomenal. And I'm hoping, yeah, maybe he's Mega and Lopunny. Let's get an Iron Defense up. What are you thinking? Get a reminder on my computer about some fun stuff. And then let's go for a Draining Kiss. Give it a smooch. Oh, that miss sucks. But a Blunder Policy, banking on a high jump kick miss. I don't know how I feel about that one, Chief. Yeah, Gliscor Knight, I see you talking. I'm just not really feeling like talking right now, man. So I think he's hoping Mega Lopunny can come in. Mega Lopunny, man, this thing was nasty in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. You throw it on Hyper Off. Ooh, now that stings. But that stings even more. And luckily, we get a lot of HP back. So we're back up to 65%. On a crit that did 67, no way he gets 2 in a row. I guess that was justice for the one high jump kick missing, but I would have rather have had a hit and just gotten all my draining kisses off and gotten the most HP back possible. This thing has horrible special defense. It might actually die in one draining kiss. Another crit. Good for this guy. Pretty close. So assuming they don't get another crit, we'll take this thing out. And my prediction is he'll go out to Greninja after this. Maybe try to get Ash Greninja activated on a Battle Bond and go for a sweep. But we have a great answer for that in Dracovish. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. That you're killing it on these. So it's shiny. Shiny can't be Battle Bond, but it still is not something I want to deal with particularly. I think at this point, with the low HP we're at, we go for a Draining Kiss. See what they are, if they're Life Orb or anything. So they look to either be Specs or Sash. Huh. We're going to go into Clefable, because it's still pretty frail. Even though it won't be super effective with this Moonblast, it's still pretty frail. So they go for Ice Beam. I mean, yeah, so that's almost a 2-hit KO. I'm going to throw off a Wish to be safe. Hopefully we don't get frozen here. That would, as I say, that would just about end my career. Let's just throw another Moonblast off. I'm not sure why you go for Scald. I'm definitely Magic Guard, and the burn's not going to do anything other than prevent me from getting paralyzed later. Or put to sleep. And let's throw off another Moonblast. And I think from here we just kind of clean up between Clefable and Dracovish. I don't think Buzzwole can beat us. And this thing's got pretty pitiful. Oh, he flinched us, didn't he? Yep. So that's what we call a bummer. Fellstinger. Oh, that's not good. So here is my thought. Let's go this. Throw off a Toxic. He might have just oh, so it's got Drain Punch. That's neat. So it's not faster than a drill, but that would make sense because we are like pretty speedy. I'm gonna throw off a Thunderbolt and pray that oh man. So he was running a bulky set. Okay, so that came through nicely. That came through nicely. Yeah, good game, man. Absolutely. So I'm not sure where we are on the ladder at this point. I mean, looking here, we're 1147, so we're getting up to the 1200s where people start kind of knowing what they're doing. But you run into test accounts and things like that where you can have higher ladder players. And for a higher ladder team, I'd love to do one. This is a team. Looks like a Let's Go Eevee team. And then a Drifloon. Well, and Espeon. I have no idea what's on this guy's mind. He is ranked 1104. So he's like got a few wins, but like I'm going with Drill. Drill lets us get up rocks. We got Mold Breaker, some Magic Bounce don't mean nothing. Yeah. So I doubt this guy even realizes that. Or he'll just try to set up in my face. So that's cool. So like I'm gonna go for Toxic in case this thing gets like just so this thing can't get out of hand and just like chill later. As we miss. So that's always a pleasantry. Luckily, they don't even 2-hit KO us. We finally get that Toxic off. Hopefully, they don't have Heal Bell and Morning Sun randomly. That would be a bummer. Okay, they go for Calm Mind again, probably thinking we won't attack. And that Toxic, as you see, that kind of paid off there because it just did. And he forfeits. So that guy might have had some, Unburden or Extreme Evo Boost stuff going on. Either way, I'm just happy to take the W. As we look for another battle. National Dex is pretty fun, but there's so much with everything in Sword and Shield out now, and the fact that it's not really a mainstream meta, there's like so much to account for, and there's not a lot of like great team building stuff out there for it. So you kind of just have to like do a lot of homework on your own. It can take a while to make a halfway decent team. I'm thinking Rhyperior or maybe Primeape or Pidgeot. Let's go Dracovish. Oh, Rhyperior. So, yeah, you can kiss one of your moms goodnight. Unless Venusaur has, like, max defense, max everything. Yeah, they didn't even want it. They didn't even want to catch that smoke. Venusaurs typically don't run enough speed, especially if they're Mega, to outpace at 249. Now, this probably will hurt a little bit. without it being that Alolan one, though, I think we can just go out to our own Venusaur and we'll be good. Player of a physical attacking Raichu. This guy's running some heat. Either way, I'm just going for a Leech Seed. I doubt he goes in his own Venusaur. This is probably Mega. So, our bet, unless it's like, I mean, if it's Workup, oh well. I'm going out and Drill. Heat Wave shouldn't do a ton given our bulk. And it's physical. Ooh. This guy's running some OG heat. Gen 1 Pidgeot. We're going to throw up rocks. Oh, it's a mixed attacker. I like that. Oh, and it burns, unfortunately, so Earthquake ain't going to do much later. I'm just going to start throwing off Toxics until they go out into Venusaur. Let's start crippling some of these Mons. Rapid Spin, so we could potentially get a Toxic off on something a little faster than us, or even an EQ. If we're feeling so bold. But this should knock it out between Leech Seed. Oh, never mind, a Figgy Berry. Oh, and I guess Figgy Berries work the same as they did in Gen 7 in this, where they restore 50% because it 25% of your health points. It's not really like that anymore in Sword and Shield, but I mean, that's cool that's something to learn for this National Dex if we ever want to do this meta again. I mean, we could definitely run probably some pretty heat sets. I'm thinking like a Figgy Berry. Ooh, a Figgy Berry Magirna doesn't sound bad. Just to think, I mean, anything with Magirna don't sound bad, though. Throw off another Toxic. Earthquake annihilates. I think here we can just go to Magirna and get an Iron Defense off and possibly just win. Because that Venusaur can't beat us 1v1. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss. Give King Kong a kiss here. Whoa, that is a bulky Primate. But one special attack raise. Now this is Snorlax. Even if this is Curselax, I think we still beat it 1v1 because we had Iron Defense. Calm Mind, Stored Power. So let's go for another. Let's go for a Calm Mind. Go for an EQ. I'm going to go for another Iron Defense to play it safe. And then Stored Power is going to do a ton. But what I think a smart play is, and hear me out on this, is Draining Kiss. Because as long as we're above 59, that gives us more back. Yep, we're at 70 plus leftover 76. I say we just Draining Kiss to where I full again. Or, you know, as close as we, yeah, so as close as we can be. So it only being 87 plus a bit, 93. And Store Power now at this range should give it a beep boop. Boppity beep. So actually, this has been a pretty laid back live. Oh, so close. Must be max special defense. But we are going to go for another Draining Kiss. Tuck it in, kiss it goodnight. It is the sleeping Pokemon. And I think Stored Power just kind of sweeps from here and cleans up. That crit did not matter unless it was like Assault Vest max special defense. Which, like, in which case, it still wouldn't have been able to knock us out. Earth Power does a mighty chunk, but so does Stored Power. Good game, man. So, this guy definitely had some interesting sets, some pretty heat sets. I'm wondering if that Raichu could have been Wish, because I don't think we killed that in one hit. No, with the crit we did, but this guy was running some heat sets. I could see a bulky Wish Raichu on that guy's team, trying to support his Primeape and Venusaur a little bit. I mean, hey, with Lightning Rod too, like Specs Coco comes in, or one of those expanding force Alolan Raichus, you could kind of wall it a little bit, force them into mind games. There's definitely always some heat. Now, speaking of heat, I don't remember if Metagross is banned or not. I'm going to say it is, because I see regular Metagross is more useful than a regular Lopunny, and Mega Lopunny is flames. But what do you lead with? Metagross has got to be a rocker, right? I say we go Drill. Yep, so they'll probably just get up their rocks. It looks like they probably have heavy-duty boots, at least on Volcarona. I don't know how useful rocks are as much as I would just prefer to get... No, they are, because I can come in and click Dracovish. Yeah, and this thing's going to come in and attempt to defog spam, because not every one of these drills will run Toxic. So, yeah, so you can defog all you want as long as we land this Toxic. Because now we got that, and then Misty Terrain Feeny ignores our Toxic, obviously, but we're going to get up rocks again. As long as they don't burn us, yep, we should be the ones keeping up our rocks, which is, like, tight. This Kartana comes in. I have a max defense Magirna with your name on it. And that way, this kind of invites in Volcarona, which, like, I would go if I were him. I'm going to go Zone. No, I'm going to go Drill. Because I imagine... So, Finny, okay. But we can't get burned by Scald, which is nice. I mean, it's still Surf, Scald. Either one would do a decent chunk. A Defog's probably coming out here. If we go Magirna and Calm Mind, do we start sweeping? We try. Reflect. So I doubt they're... doubt they're Defog. They might be Taunt. Let's find out. There's one Calm Mind up. Let's try getting Iron Def... No, another Calm Mind, because that Volcarona is nasty. They can't burn us right now in the terrain. We'll get another turn of that, which is... Oh, and they forfeit. I think they realized that once this thing got an Iron Defense up, it was about to just go to town with Stored Power and Draining Kiss. So, wow, we are like 1200s and climbing steady. This team is not half bad. I say we get another game or two in, and then I'll call it a day for my first video. I'm pretty happy, though. Blacephalon, Chansey, and Dracovish. And a Gardevoir. I wonder if that Gardevoir is Mega or Trick Scar for specs. Either way, they're thinking that they're going to be looking for a rocker, which could be Clefable. So they might lead with Cart or even Blacephalon. Either way, Drill is the answer. Yep. Because if they lead Cart, Venusaur is a no-brain switch into here. And when I get Venusaur in, I am throwing off a Leech Seed immediately. Because Cart's not going to want to stay in, and we need some recovery right away. If they go Chansey, that might get us almost close to full. Okay, so that's... Okay. Wow. Aerial Ace Kartana. So this has got to be Z. Can this thing come in later? On Chansey, yeah. I'm going to go with Clefable as the most expendable. Now, once this thing starts getting Beast Boost, though, it's, like, absolutely absurd. So we're going to bait them into Smart Striking. And then we're going to go into our max defense gear. Iron Defense once. That way it doesn't let Dracovish come in and just beep boop bop us. Now, I had a feeling that thing would be coming in, but I don't know what I could have done about that. I mean, Clefable's still pretty healthy. If it goes for Flamethrower, it's going to do a decent chunk, but I think we could probably throw off a Wish and tank it, okay? Oh, it's Z. Okay, so let's see what we got. Inferno Overdrive. Interesting. So the... Oh, that's right. It's Z moves, so the sum won't go up like Dynamax. Let's protect once. See what they're thinking about. They're thinking about going for that Flamethrower. I think this is a tough spot to be in, and I don't envy being me right now. We're going to go Dracovish. Quad resist it, and hopefully they don't go for Shadow Ball. Yep, and I don't think a Shadow Ball should knock us out. So we're going to go for a Banded Vicious Rends. I'm not going to bother predicting because, well, Crunch makes a lot more sense, actually. Oh, Vicious Rends would have given that thing a big hit. Switch out to Venusaur. I'm hoping Avalanche shouldn't do too much if they have it. Yeah, so we actually eat that up very nicely. So here we throw off a Giga Drain. Actually, yes. Unless that card comes in, I'm going to cry if I didn't go for Hidden Power Fire. Nope. We're going to... Yeah, they're trying to... Whoa, that one did a lot more. So it's based on when you take damage, not when you move first or second. So that's some stuff to know. The more you know, right? So that's gone, which is cool. This is going to come in. Probably try to just... It might just try to sweep here. Either way, we go out to Dracovish. We can't just let this thing Flamethrower us for free. So go for Shadow... Oh, which does a lot. I'm going to Drill. I'm going to see if I can't scare him a little bit. So a Flamethrower here knocks us out. Oof, this guy might have my goose. DG. Oh, that was an interesting play. Okay, I'm gonna get up rocks, try to pressure this Blacephalon, because I'm not sure what else I can do. Seismic toss, huh? I think I'm gonna click rocks some more, because I need to be able to set up with my Magirna to win, to even have a remote shot at this. I need a Calm Mind or two up. So if I can force this chance to stay in front of me, that'd be ideal. They might start to get suspicious, but I'll just keep clicking rocks and hopefully they like just keep clicking seismic toss. So they get their own rocks up. I'm gonna spin here. Well, yeah, I'm gonna spin. This must be non-violate because that did a lot. Wait, and if I spin again, oh, now I should be faster than Blacephalon, which is nice. Let's force that Drakefish to come out, click a Vicious Rend, and do something, I guess. Kartana comes out. Dude. I'm going into Magir now. Thank God they didn't get a crit. Alright, we gotta Calm Mind. We gotta do something, man. So this comes out. I had a feeling you'd be here. Now, what do I do to win? This is where Shift Gear is honestly better sometimes, because you don't... I mean, instead of Iron Defense, you could boost more with Shift Gear, and then just kind of sweep away from here. I may be doing this live again, and maybe I'll swap out Iron Defense for Shift Gear. Just give it a try. We'll change up the EVs a little bit. As you can see, Iron Defense in our first few games helped a lot, but that was like against people who didn't always know what they were doing. I'm going to have to go for another Calm Mind and pray that they're insane. Well, the Mind Blown probably wasn't the play, but I think they just win from here. Unless they go for a Mind Blown or something crazy again. I think Venusaur maybe might have been a better play there, but I didn't honestly believe we could have lived a +1 at 30%, even with Mega and Special Defense investment. We'd have to have like max. Maybe we can scare them into thinking we're scarfed, but I think they know at this point that they got me. So, oh, good game. I mean, you definitely don't want to just record your wins. You want to definitely get some losses, and then you get feedback and you learn how to get better. So this guy sweeps from here. I'll just let him have it. GG. Well played, sir. Went for Mind Blown. That's funny. So, yeah, I think that's probably it for the day. And hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in another episode. All right, peace out.